Hello, my name is Pauline Harrison and we are here at Money20 in Amsterdam. Why don't you introduce yourself for us, please?
Sure, thank you for having me. My name is Jeff Parker, I'm the CEO of Paymentology.
Amazing stuff. So Jeff, tell me more about Paymentology. What makes you unique?
So for those of you that don't know, Paymentology is what's called a modern issuer processor. So we're the technology behind businesses that want to launch and manage card programs. And I think there's probably a few things that make us unique. The one obvious thing is our global footprint. We believe we're by far the most global of issuer processors. We have clients in over 60 countries and we have staff in over 50 countries as well. We very much believe that while we want to build a global scalable SaaS business, it's really important that we can support our clients locally with people who've got knowledge and expertise around the payments industry in their region. In addition to that, we believe that data is a core element for our clients, and we have very rich data. I think for every transaction that we process, we pass our clients over 120 pieces of data, which helps them really gather insights and draw trend analysis around the customers and the dynamics that they're bringing. And we also try and bring that together by bringing our customers from around the world together so that we can bring or give insights to our clients that operate in different segments but in different countries. And then finally, I think it's the fact that we are completely cloud agnostic, API first, single code base, but we can also deploy locally and we have connections into local switches. So we have, we develop a single code base. As we develop our platform, all clients benefit from that. But if you operate, for example, in Saudi Arabia, that has very strict rules around data security and that it's held onshore, and they want you to be integrated into the local domestic switch like MARDA, we can also operate at that. And I think we're fairly unique in the ability to kind of bring those two aspects together. So hopefully that adds value to our clients, and that's why they partner with us.
Amazing stuff. And of course, we're here at Money20. How are you enjoying the show so far? I know we're quite early in, but any major takeaways so far?
Look, I think it's mid-morning day one, so it's a bit early, but I think it shows that Fintech is alive and kicking. I think it's busier and bigger than last year. I looked at trying to schedule my agenda, and there's no way I could get anywhere near to seeing some things. But it's awesome for Paymentology. We've been busy at the booth, and so yeah, excited for the few days.
Amazing stuff. And so I think, how has your year been so far? We're halfway through 2024. Have there been any sort of particular moments in your operations that you kind of are really proud of? Any success stories?
Yeah, I mean, so Paymentology is a business that's made up of 4 or 5 different businesses that were brought together, and we very much kind of built a premise around building a cloud agnostic, API first business, and really creating the technology that lets customers create the best card programs that they can for their customers. So I joined the business about 6 months ago, and so really the focus for me has been around, I guess, bringing the organizations together, completing kind of integrations, making sure we've got the right strategy. So I'm very proud of the team that we've kind of made huge progress in those steps. And we've also got some amazing kind of clients that have continued to progress well. So we've got Mox, the digital bank in Hong Kong, now one of the most popular digital banks in Hong Kong. We've got VO Bank in the Middle East. They've reached profitability within 2 years of launching. And even though we're obviously only a small part of their overall business, it's great for us to see our clients doing well, because ultimately if they're successful, we're successful. So that's probably the thing I'm most proud of.
Yeah, awesome. And I guess thinking about the wider industry then, what is exciting you right now in Fintech? What are the major trends that you're seeing?
I think Fintech's come through an evolution over the last couple of years. There's obviously been this big flight for profitability, and raising funds has been more difficult. But I think what that means is there's been a flight to quality. And I think we're now starting to see some really high quality businesses that are proving their business models, hitting profitability. I think in terms of what we're seeing, I think, again, for me, it's all about the customer and what we can deliver for the customer. And I think the experiences that we're seeing now through, I guess, the growth in embedded finance, interoperability between payment methods, frictionless experiences. And I think increasingly we're going to start to see the use of AI and personalization to really tailor propositions for customers. And so customers get served a service and proposition which really they need. And I think it's also enabling clients or technology businesses to really target niche segments. So those that have been maybe ignored before are actually getting propositions which are targeting needs for them. And so, I mean, ultimately we're in this business, or at least I'm in this business to serve clients. And so the more the better services that we can give to clients, I think that's exciting for me.
Yeah, absolutely. And do you see any challenges on the horizon?
Yeah, I think for the businesses themselves, I think there is this kind of push to profitability and proving that you've got sustainable business models. But I think for the whole industry, the fact that we're seeing that on a more regular basis now is super interesting. For us as a card business, I think fraud is probably one of the biggest challenges. I think the more seamless, the more streamlined, the more straight through, the more instant we make all of these experiences for customers, the bigger risk and the bigger pressure it puts on around fraud. And I think that's probably the single biggest challenge that faces us as an industry. Because as good as we are, bad actors seem to move quickly as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's think about the future then. What have you got in store for Paymentology over the next 12 months or so?
Yeah, I think internally, I think making sure that I build, we call it one Paymentology, as so we're made up of a few different businesses that are brought together. So making sure that the culture, the integration of our processes and our people is done is important for us. Continuing to kind of build this global footprint. So I think one of our key strategic differentiators is the fact that we operate across 60 markets, and clients with international ambitions can integrate with us one code base and they can deploy in multiple countries. So we need to continue to build out that capability. And then finally, the last piece is to build out what we call program management. So we do the processing of a card, but to launch a card program, there are arguably 10 to 12 different kind of propositions that you need to deliver. So whether that's card fulfillment, tokenization, the customer experience, customer support. And I believe that there's a big opportunity and value for the client if we can offer an increasing amount of that proposition. So I want to build out those components so we can be more of a one-stop shop cards as a service proposition to our clients.
Yeah, amazing. Well, thank you so much for your time today. It's been a pleasure to chat.
Thanks very much for having me.